There it goes.
Yeah, that scared me a little bit.
The inline 6 engine is a legend in the tuning community. You've got your Toyota 2JZs, your Nissan RBs, and then there's the Atlas 4.2 liter Chevy engine, also nicknamed the Ameri Barra. If you didn't know, Ford made an inline 6 turbo down in Australia called the Barra, which us Americans secretly wish we had. So some people got really creative and took the absolute dog of the 4.2 liter inline 6 that you'd find in the Trailblazer LT and turbo it. And my buddy Jonathan from the J Whit Yutube Channel took this 17-second Trailblazer and made it a 10-second Trailblazer simply by experimenting and turboing it. So what does it take to really make the Ameri Barra build happen? Well, Jonathan's gonna explain the entire process of how he made it happen, what it's truly like to drag race and daily drive the Ameri Barra. So let's get into it. Woo! Okay. You know, going to the track in the dark with your fresh build can be pretty scary, including not really knowing what's going on inside the motor. And that's why I want to thank Hptuners for sponsoring today's video. Here's the deal, Hptuners is an incredibly user-friendly data logging software and tuning software. And Hptuners has the most advanced OBD interface out there, the MPVI3. You simply plug in the MPVI3, you plug it into your laptop, and you're good to go. You're good to data log, tune, whatever you need to do. And that's what I love about Hptuners is how simple it is, how user-friendly it is. And if I have to make tweak or changes, I can do it on the spot. So once again, huge thanks to Hptuners for sponsoring today's video, and head over to hptuners.com and let them know that I sent you. Thank you guys so much for listening, and on to the video. All right, today is something really special. Can you introduce yourself, your YouTube channel, and your car?
Jonathan Whitaker, J Whit Yutube Channel. This is a 2009 Trailblazer LT, not an SS. The Ameri Barra Trailblazer. It's a 4.2 liter inline 6 with a little snail on it.
Why do you think this motor never caught on like a lot of the other ones?
It just didn't really have like a huge performance division, right? Like GM with the Ecotech, they really pushed the Ecotech. They had an entire performance division dedicated to just that motor. I don't think the Atlas ever really got anything.
Yeah, because I think most people just think Atlas, they think, oh, it's the dog, you know, just to drive around and be efficient and reliable and all that. Sure. You let me drive this a couple years ago, and it was a much different car back then. There it is. Dude, that is amazing.
Then it was a non-intercooled, meth-injected E85 setup on 9 pounds of boost. Now it's got a 6L80 in it, which is actually controlled by the factory computer, which is kind of cool. We have a Circle D triple disc converter, a Trailblazer SS rear end, 410 gears.
Oh, so pretty short gearing in the back.
Yeah, it used to be, when you drove it last, it had 342s.
Oh my gosh, so it's so different.
Oh yeah, the 6L80 has a closer ratio with the 410s. Puts our starting line ratio like 16-to-1 almost. It's really aggressive in first gear. We did 1,400 miles on sick week.
Yeah, so you did sick week in this.
Yep.
And that was that on this setup or the old setup?
Oh, this setup.
Okay, awesome.
Dynoed, we brought it to faster proms. It dynoed 640 at the wheels on 15 pounds of boost.
Sweet.
And then we actually turned it up during sick week. We finally got into the 10s. We've gone 1080 in this, on this setup. So it's 5,000 pound race weight with me in it. So 5,000 pounds, we did the calculator, it was making around 700 wheel. Despite it being heavy and like unassuming, anytime I've ever given someone a ride in it and I get on it, they're just like, oh my gosh, like this is insane. You just don't expect it. It really does put you in your seat. Yeah.
I see you.
So in addition to, you know, before where it wasn't intercooled, now it's an air-to-water intercooler.
Okay.
We use a 6.7 Power Stroke intercooler.
Oh, interesting.
A CTSV heat exchanger, a Tesla coolant pump to cycle it all.
What?
Yeah.
One thing is, last time I drove it, it was all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive.
When we put the rear end in having 410s, right, you have to obviously change the front diff. You can't have different gearing.
Right.
So the front diff was still 342. Well, now Bully Racing supplied us a fully built front diff, which is an actual limited slip unit. But when we went to test it, my transfer case broke. So we're constantly finding the weak points as we upgrade things. You know, the motor and trans, though, still stock.
He wanted me to do a flyby for him.
Transfer cases is like a whole different ball game that I didn't realize was so intricate, but Trailblazers had their own. It was like an MP226, a new process 226. The 246 is the same thing, but it's bigger and beefier. We had to put a 32 spline input shaft to meet the 6L80 output shaft.
I see.
And then, but all the sensors and the reference voltage was the same. So what we were able to do was put the bigger transfer case in it and plug it in, and everything worked. Like,
oh my gosh, dude.
Selectable four-wheel drive worked. All the sensors worked. There's 2 speed sensors on the tail shaft for the rear, 1 speed sensor on the front drive shaft. So it was a bunch of research. There's a company called TrueBlue Motorsports. Okay. They make a harness to allow me to use the factory computer to control the 6L80. You know, this Trailblazer, the 08 and 09, whether it's an SS or 4.2, doesn't matter, they have an E67 computer. Same computer as like the CTSV, the ZR1.
Oh, really?
So it has flex fuel capabilities, and it's a really good processor. And the transmission itself, the TCU is broken out on the E67. The transmission control unit is separate. On the 6L80, the transmission control unit is inside the transmission. What TBM did was they give you a pass-through. You plug in the factory harness to one side, you plug in their harness to the other, and it allows the computer to communicate with the transmission.
You're basically creating the messenger.
Exactly. With the E67 being so modifiable, so tunable, you just drop down the transmission that it's controlling.
Okay.
And then the 4L60 and the 6L80 use the same detents in the shifter. It was just a matter of making a little bracket. The stock cable worked, and it worked.
You're just going through the motions just to find everything.
The trickiest part really is, you know, when you put your foot on the brake on these, to get it to shift, it's an electronically locked shifter. So like that Prendle switch up there, you see a little light under the D for drive.
Yes.
That's all digital. It's not a physical movement.
Oh, really?
So what happens is we had to move a wire around to get that to light up. Because what happens?
So you know where
exactly.
you're in.
Either all of them would light up, which means it wasn't going to work.
Right.
None of them would light up, also not going to work. And eventually, park or neutral would light up, and that's how we knew we were in the right path.
That's so funny. Woo! Okay. I need to figure out what it wants.
Yeah.
Okay. There it goes.
Yeah. That scared me a little bit. That's probably a good clip right there. Like, I'm just like, oh God, I'm gonna die.
No, I would never.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah, most people, you know, when I'm driving this thing, they hear it and they're like, what is happening?
Even if you just get the turbo sound,
yeah.
It's amazing. It's just so inconspicuous.
It is.
Like, people are just raising their eyebrows like, what the heck? But also the interior stock.
Oh,
I love
great.
that you still have like the back seats and everything, and you took this on sick week. That's an achievement. Having like a full interior and everything, it had to be so nice to do sick weekend.
And so, it was so comfortable because it still has cruise control. The whole inconspicuous thing is nice because sometimes I will drive like, and I'll get on it and I'll be spirited. Yeah. And you'll see a cop like fly by me because he's like, I heard something, and they don't even think.
They can't figure it out.
It was the SUV.
No. Well, and it's silver.
Yeah.
It's a silver SUV.
a silver bullet.
Yeah, oh yeah, you bet, dude. Also, just with the subtle changes since last time, like the more aggressive tires and the wheels and all that kind of stuff, like it has a presence to it, but you have to know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're like, why did some guy cut a hole in his hood for no reason? Like, what the heck is that?
Yeah, and even at like sick week, you know, I put the SS rear bumper on it because it just looks better. I wanted the big exhaust opening for the 4-inch pipe. And so many people at sick week would come up to it and like, oh, cool, it's an SS. And they're like, wait a second.
No. But that's also what gives it more of a cool factor because, you know, the SS is an LS motor.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what to do with an LS motor. But the moment you pop the hood on this, and your engine bay is much nicer than it was last time.
Oh, for sure.
You know, it's cleaner, everything's pretty. Because the turbo kit's custom, right?
Yeah, the manifold is from Artec Performance, which is a really nice manifold. You know, we just custom made the cold side piping and then the downpipe. So the stock interior thing, right? There's so many people that reach out in the comments. They're like, oh, like you want to run 10s, just gut it. I'm like, no. I hate the caveat of like, well, I have a 10-second car, but like the only way it's a 10-second car is if it's like a tin can.
I was gonna say it's a tin can.
Yeah, I want it to be like as it sits, it's a 10-second car. We put the limited slip front diff in to hopefully really like just get as aggressive as possible on the launch. Yeah, it's pretty linear, but then as soon as it rips into boost, it just yanks.
Well, Ameri Barra 2.0, it's definitely faster, and it was Spin City quite a few times. Really fun stuff. Once again, how can people find you?
Yeah, so my channel's J Whit on YouTube. It's just an abbreviation of my name, essentially. Constantly building dumb stuff. We're actually putting this motor that's in here into a 2005 GTO.
That's gonna be really cool.
That showed up today.
yeah, literally as we were filming this car outside, he's like, oh yeah, by the way, and then I hear beep, beep. But yeah, that'll be really neat because it'll have such a unique engine platform in a car that you don't really see that often anymore either.
For sure.
Yeah, I went to lunch earlier and I saw one. And I was like, of course, like the one time I see one. But yeah, definitely go check his stuff out. It's really cool, very intricate. He builds really neat niche stuff that you pretty much don't see anywhere else in the mainstream YouTube fandom for automotive. So definitely check him out. And on that note, as always, thank you for letting me drive.
Yeah, no problem, man.
He almost left me hanging. It was almost
yeah, I know. I was
he had his hand on the oh crap handle, so that was the focus.
I thought you were Vanna Whiting me. Like, thank you for letting me drive.
Amazing. So demure.
Yeah.
Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.